Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about marketing in general. So what are the benefits of working in digital marketing, just as someone who's actually in the field?
Like benefits for me?
Yeah, you've talked a little bit about how you got to stay at home.
Yeah.
You got to be with the cats.
Yeah, I would say that's the biggest benefit is not having to report to somebody else. It was so hard for me to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, knowing that I've got to get out the door, get ready, and then I'm going to be on, and I'm not going to get home till 7 p.m. just to wake up at 5 a.m. again the next day and be on all day. And especially when I was working as a nurse, there was all this pressure of if I mess up, someone could actually die. And you know, there's still pressure, I think, you know, just owning a business, but it doesn't feel as life or death. So that part's nicer. So that's a really big benefit, is that it's a lot less anxiety inducing for me.
That's fair.
Yeah. And just the flexibility to be able to travel and, like I said, be at home with my cat and my PJs. But also we've gotten to travel a lot. Justin and I, just this last year, or let's see, in the last 2 years, we've been to Puerto Rico, Las Vegas. We've done a couple of trips to Texas to see my family. We've been to Austin and the Space Center in Houston. We got to go to Mexico. We've been to Canada a few times. Like, there's just a lot of different places we've been able to travel that if I was still working in a traditional job where I have to report full time to somebody else at their place of business, I don't think I would have been able to take all those trips. So that's my favorite benefit from being a digital marketing expert and getting to just run my own business from home.
It makes sense why that was so appealing then during COVID, where we couldn't just go out and do things.
Yeah.
So on the inverse then, what are some of the downsides in working in a digital marketing agency or as a digital marketer that are maybe not as obvious?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say this is something I know Justin talks about a lot, is that there's just a lot of snake oil out there, especially in the SEO world. There's a lot of people that promise results that just don't deliver, and they'll send you these fancy reports of, look at all this stuff we did to your website this month. And when you really break down the technical jargon, it's like, okay, so most of that was automated and like 5 minutes of work, and you charge the client $1,500 a month for that, and they're not getting results. Like, come on. So there's a lot of companies like that, and there's a lot of people that have spent money on campaigns like that to not get a result. And then they come to us saying, you know, how are you going to be different? How can you actually help me? And it almost feels like we're a therapist sometimes. Like, we kind of have to help heal those wounds of like, I'm so sorry you got hurt like that. And that's part of why I know Justin talked about when you interviewed him that we offer a money back guarantee. And that's why it's really to help people feel safe with us, because some people have gotten really hurt by other agencies that just don't follow through. They don't deliver on their promises. And so I think that's a really big challenge, is just kind of having to be like a marketing therapist and having to help heal some of those wounds people have gotten from not so great agencies.
It's probably not something you expected when first getting into the work.
Not at all. Yeah. I was like, awesome, data, analytics, like computer. I don't have to talk to anyone. This is great. No, it's a lot of talking to people. It's a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, because these are, you know, especially when we're working with like a local business owner, like this business is their baby. This is their lifeblood. This is their income. Yeah. This is supporting their family, and they're building their dreams. And so it's really important that we get them really good results. And so it is less anxiety than working as a nurse in the sense that they could actually die, but it's still pretty close up there when you think about like, this is their baby that they're trusting us with.
Yeah, no kidding. It's funny. I was talking to an insurance agent who was on my show a little while ago, and he was making a similar comment about how people don't tend to like insurance agents. There's almost just like in the back of their head, they're like, I don't trust you. I don't want to be in the same room as you, but I have to be here for whatever reason.
Yeah, but I know I need your service.
I need your service. And, you know, I guess on the marketing angle, you get to be there for those great moments where you're like, hey, you've actually seen this market increase in leads. That's great. We get to celebrate with you in that.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the fun moments. Those are the moments. And actually, Justin and I talked about that earlier today, how, we haven't had kids yet, but we assume it's sort of like being a parent, where it's like day to day, you're kind of in the trenches, and sometimes it feels hard and challenging, and like, this is kind of a lot of work. And then you have those moments where you're like, oh, this is what it's about. Like what you're saying, those moments when you get to celebrate, like, oh my gosh, we just brought like a 200% ROI to this business really early on in the campaign. And that is a huge win. And we are celebrating that. And it just feels like awesome. All this work is paying off, and getting to see other business owners like free up more of their time and grow their income and grow their revenue for their business. It's just really exciting and it makes it worth all the work.
Well, that's one of those things that I remember. I was in university and I heard this line and I'll always remember it. But he's basically just giving a leadership course and basically telling us to not worry about some things, not because they're not important, but because you're never going to be good at them. Don't invest into those things that you're never going to be exceptional at. Invest in your strengths because that's where you're going to be able to succeed and you're going to make something work. And when the time comes, find someone else to do that critical work that you can't do yourself.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, that is why we have so many people on our team because I can't do it all. I can't do it all well, especially. Like for instance, Justin is way better at talking to people and breaking down what we do into a really simple way. Versus I get excited about the tech. And so I start just spewing tech jargon sometimes and people are like, you totally lost me. What is it that you even do? And so, yeah, you're right. I think it's important to sharpen your skills in everything that you can. So like, for instance, being a business owner, it's important to sharpen that skill of sales if you aren't really great at it. But I agree, you don't need to be an expert in that. If you can hire someone that is, you're going to be way better off than trying to be an expert at all the things. So I 100% agree with that.
So let's talk a little bit more about success. You have been running an agency for 3 years. You got on a team of like 10 people. Did I hear that right?
Right. Yeah.
That's pretty good growth for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting.
It is. Thank you.
So clearly you're doing something right. What do you think has been your key to success in a digital marketing sphere?
I think it comes down to the fact that we really give a shit. Like we want our clients to be successful. We love our clients. We love the people that we work with. We love our team too. Like we have really great people on our team. Like there's no way I could have done this without a team. Like everybody on our team is amazing. We have amazing customer support. We have amazing content creators and content editors. We have even just down to like our web developer who does all the behind the scenes. Like he's just so fast and he's on it and he cares and he like everybody in our team wants to do good work. And so I think that's what sets us apart is that there are some people out there just trying to make a quick buck and we're not those people. We really care about the people that we're serving and the businesses that we're helping and the communities that's impacting.
It is funny how it often really does just get boiled down to the most simple things. They're like, we actually want to do a good job.
Yeah, we actually care. We don't just want your money. We want to help you.
The money is nice too, though.
Yeah, the money is nice too. Right. Which is why we want you to earn more money too.
Well, and that's one of those things with marketing companies where like, if the business does well enough, they're going to want to invest more.
Right. It's a win-win-win.
There we go.
Yeah.